It's a single. It becomes two bases as he hastily pushes the glove out for it and bounces off of it. David Freese will then ransom that run on a single to left. Every third on that, and Ramirez clearly limited in range and certainly not diving on a play he might have otherwise. So as the carnage continues to mount, it's Matt Adams off the end of the bat. Molina will score here. It is 5-0. And Don Mattingly makes the inevitable but still difficult decision to get rid of Clayton Kershaw and go to his bullpen instead. Kershaw did not have it. We'll examine why in a little bit. The first it was Ronald Belisario who comes in to face the pitcher Waka, who grounds to second. Mark Ellis can't get the ball in his glove. He's safe at the plate. It's 6-0. On comes J.P. Howell to relieve Belisario. And he bounces one with Pete Cosman now trotting home to make it 8-zip. 7 of the runs would be charged against the starter Kershaw, who was anything but great tonight. And then finally, Justin makes it a forfeit score. Beltran singles to left. It is 9-0 as the pitcher Waka scores. And then in the ninth, to protect the 9-0 lead, they bring in the closer Trevor Rosenthal. The Dodgers proceeded to get several rolls of stamps and mailed it in down the stretch. And when Mark Ellis struck out in the ninth inning, it was all over. Consider this again. 19 National League pennants for the Cardinals. They didn't get their first one until 1926. They will seek their 12th World Championship. Mike Matheny gets a trip to the series in his second year as a manager, and Michael Wacha gets a trip to the World Series 16 months after he was drafted. Matt Carpenter, all he got was an interview with our Craig Sager. Craig?
Well, a 9-run victory by the Cardinals, but it all began with Matt Carpenter, third inning, an 11-pitch at-bat against Clayton Kershaw. You led the league in hits this year. Was you ever a bigger win than that? And how do you were able to follow off all those great pitches?
Man, that, first, Clayton Kershaw is as good of a pitcher you're going to face in baseball. In my opinion, he's the best in the game. And he got ahead of me early, and, I just kept trying to foul pitches off. He kept coming after me, kept throwing strikes. I kept fouling him off, and was able to get the count back to even. And, got a slider I could handle, was able to hit that double. And, you got to give a lot of credit to our club because they kept pushing and grinding out those at-bats, and that was the difference in the game.
Obviously, you got great pitching. Who knew that one run would hold up? But Michael Wacha was sensational.
He was, man. He stepped up in a huge way for us. He's a warrior. He's a bulldog. He goes out there and he just competes. And, to do it at such a young age, it's impressive.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
It's disappointing that, we talked about it in there a little bit. It's probably not the time to think about all the things where you need to improve and things like that. You'll do that during the winter. But it's disappointing because, all the work that you put in from, last winter and planning and trying to put a club together that, has some depth and, trying to plan for if this guy would get hurt or that guy gets hurt and, just trying to put all that together going through spring, long season, and it just comes to a crash. So it's disappointing for all of us. We put a lot of time in, the players put a lot of time in. And that's what you play for, to make that next step. So, obviously, I'm really proud of my club. I felt like these guys hung in all year long. They were a great group to be around as far as, I feel like sometimes a little bit unconventional, but they do love to play, and I think they, we represent the Dodger organization well. So, I was proud of my club.
However, Yasiel Puig University is closed for the semester. Time now for a step toward victory, brought to you by Johnny Walker. Keep walking, and not that complicated for the Cardinals. Their 4th World Series in the last 10 years. That was done by the Braves most recently, ending in the late 90s. St. Louis defeated Kershaw the last 5 times they faced him and beat him 4 times this year. You will get a Cy Young despite that, no doubt. And Wacha in the postseason, as we mentioned, at 3-0 now. And he is in rarefied air that we will discuss in a little bit. And some more inside the Cardinal locker room, where the celebrations never get old. Back inside our studios here, and we can't, in a 9-0 game, we're talking about an 11-pitch at bat with nobody on and no score. Just walk me through that, Pedro. What did you think that Matt Carpenter's 11-pitch at bat did to Clayton Kershaw, and what did it do for the Cardinals?
First of all, you have to give Carpenter a lot of credit. But at the same time, if you're a manager, if you're someone that has some experience in the big leagues, it tells you that your ace does not have the stuff that you expect him to have. Why? In other occasions, you get Clayton Kershaw to throw 11 pitches, and he'll get it by anybody in the league. I mean, with all due respect to the hitters, this is the kind of pitcher that will make you swing and miss with any of his pitches. Now, that at bat tells you that your ace is not on. What I was surprised of was to see him make that many pitches in the same inning. I mean, this is a kid that has been battling all year, pitched a lot. I know he's the ace. This is a Young Award winner this year too. But at the same time, as a baseball player, as the star of the team, the future of the team, you have to kind of be careful with this kid. He's not going to give you much more.